Good afternoon, welcome to round 3 of the CC Sim Teams Championship here at Monza, organised by us here at LB Racing. So I'm going to try something a little bit different tonight for this one. I'm going to go down the grid as everyone is lined up. Give you a chance to have a look at some of the liveries that we got on show. So on pole was Red Spectre there on your right hand side, followed by Ash there in second. Third on the grid was Southpaw in the McLaren for Team Roadrunners, followed by Sedge there in fourth. Then you'll finalise there in fifth, the other Porsche, and then Gear Kayla in the Porsche there. Then it was the two CCR team drivers, so it was Craig Cook there, followed by Audio Muted in the two Nissans there, and it was LB Racing with myself there on the right hand side and Sprinkler there on the left, followed by Richie just behind there, and then Robbie behind him in the Nissan, and then behind that it was Sam Ruto in the Beetle, followed by Fee in the Porsche and D-Man in the other Beetle. And that rounds out the grid. As we will jump back out of here now, I've got to just quickly flick through all of the drivers, and we will then take our position on the starting grid. I think we'll go right to the front for this one, and we can get this one underway here at Monza. So Red Spectre getting away off the line well there, but Southport in the background getting a flying start there. McLaren goes to the inside, then moves around to the outside. So it's Southport up on the outside, Red Spectre holding his line. They managed to get the Porsche going eventually. The Porsche very slow off the line here. It's Red leading everyone out into the first corner. Southport there, Ash finalised. A bit of carnage in the background with Sedge and myself. Sprinkler, Gear Kayla in 8th, Audio Muted in 9th, Flying Finn in 10th, so Sam Ruto in 10th, Fee there in 11th, D-Man 12th, Robbie in 13th, Fee there, so it looks like it is Craig. I thought we did lose Craig there. Let's get some details up on screen here so everyone can see it. So we did lose Craig there, so it was Craig that looks like they had the first corner in, so unfortunate there for Craig. Let's see how he recovers in this race. He's on the medium, so he should be able to go quite long in there. But it is currently Ash Boy just leading this pack behind Red Spectre. Red Spectre has bolted at the moment, so Red there up in first, and Southport just holding off. So Southport on the mediums at the start here, Ash Boy on the softs, finalised on the mediums, then myself on the mediums, followed by Sedge, who's on the mediums as well, followed by Sprinkler on the, a lot of medium runners here, Gear Kayla on the softs, then you've got Richie there on the mediums. Audio Muted has got damage, but he's on the mediums as well. You've got Flying in there, so Sam Ruto on the softs, Robbie on the mediums, D-Man is on the softs, Fee on the mediums, and then Craig just catching up to the back of the pack here. So you can see the damage there on the back corner of Craig's car. It is Red in the lead at the moment, so Red's got a good 3 or 4 second lead at the moment. You can't even see Ash has managed to get past Southpaw, but we know what the Porsche can be like in a straight line, so he's got two McLarens bearing down at the moment. Great camera angle there as they come down the start finish road. Ash going defensive, looking at McLaren speed. Southpaw getting the back up in second. Ash has got the inside line. Ash, but Southpaw does go on the outside, goes a bit deep, manages to get onto the second by the apex, reclaims the corner, and he's back up in second. That's going to be frustrating for Ash Boy, who's on the softs. So for everyone not aware with this format, it's a 30-minute race. You do have to use the medium and the soft tyre, so both tyres are mandatory, so it's going to be a minimum of 1 pit stop per driver. Is Southpaw leading this gaggle of cars here behind. So it is Ash on. Ash has got the inside line here. Ash goes up into second, into the first of the Lesmo corners. Ash using that inside line to his advantage and up into second spot there, but is he going to be able to keep the Porsche in front on these long straights here? So Southpaw just behind, and Finalised just behind him, and then myself just behind as well, and then a little bit of a gap back to Gear Kayla there in 6th, Sedge in 7th, Sprinkler 8th, Richie there in ninth. Audio muted, still in 10th, just on the back of this back lot, but he does have front aero damage. That is going to slow him down in a straight line. Samaruto 11th. Robbie in 12th, just behind Samaruto. Craig's managed to get up a couple of places on this lap, so great recovery drive so far, up into 13th, but the unfortunate incident being we will keep an eye on his progress in this race. Fee there in 14th and D-Man there in 15th with a half-second penalty. Red still out in the lead. Still no sign of anyone else behind them. Just see them just coming off the power for that. Ash in second still with his McLarens behind. His McLarens are, look at the speed difference. 5 mile an hour faster in the straight line at the moment. Southpaw looking to the inside. Southpaw late on the brakes. Ash late on the brakes as well. Manages to just tuck in. So he's managed to get himself round on this lap in front. So that's going to give him a bit of an advantage. Use those soft tyres to go off into the distance now. Southpaw losing a little bit of ground to the guy in second to Ash Boy. Has got finalised up on his inside. So the two McLarens having a little bit of a battle here. Finalised up into third. Southpaw in fourth, with Elder Racing just behind this battle as well. And Gear Kayla coming to the battle as well. So Gear Kayla on the soft, so Gear Kayla is catching up to the back of this pack. And then it's said to just lead in this other little pack of said Sprinkler and Richie there. And then Audio Meter just hanging on to the back of this with his aero damage. Doing a great goal. Craig has made up some more places. Craig up into 11th now. He was 13th on the lap before. So now it's 12th for Fee. Robbie there in 13th. Samaruto in 14th and D-Man in 15th. Red Spectre out in front, still got the fastest lap at the moment. So Red absolutely flying out in front. Can he make it 3 wins from 3 races here? Not like the races before where his teammate Ash Hoy was pretty much in his toe the whole race and they're pushing each other around. Red has got a commanding lead at the moment on these first couple of open laps. So Ash there in second, finalised still in third. Southpaw in fourth. Gear Kayla now up into fifth. So Gear Kayla just getting in front of Elwood Racing there. Has the soft tyre against the medium tyre there. Tucking in behind on the slipstream. Save a bit of fuel behind you, because obviously the potentially you will have to save a little bit of fuel in this race as well to make sure you do get to the final few laps with the pit stops as well. As great shot as everyone comes round that corner and up onto a long sweeping right-hander. So it's Gear Kayla up into fifth now. Battle of the 3 just behind is still raging on. Sprinkler there in 8th on the mediums as well. Richie behind on mediums as well. The 2 Porsches on mediums behind this battle. Audio Meter still the front end damage. Managing to stay inside these. Craig, so far, great recovery from Craig to just be not too far off the back of his teammate from that terrible start, losing so much time at the start there. And then it's Samaruto there in 12th with Fee just behind. Robbie there in 14th and D-Man in 15th. So I think Robbie has had it off there because he is quite far back from Fee and Samaruto. Red come around to complete lap 4, so we're 7 minutes in already. So that's 23 minutes left to go in this race. As Red comes round to complete another lap. Haven't seen anyone into the pit yet for an early pit stop. Red completes the fastest lap of the race so far at 48.394 there from Red Spectre. Ashboy just crossing the line in second, so he's pulled out quite a gap to the gaggle of cars behind. Gear Kayla going for a move there, up the inside on Southpaw. And that's Gear Kayla up into fourth, going past the McLaren who's on the medium tyres there. Oh, and Southpaw gets the old switcheroo back and says, I'll have that back, but Gear Kayla will have the inside line. This one and is back up into fourth. So Gear Kayla up in fourth now. Southpaw just behind into the braking zone. has a little look, but tucked back in behind, so definitely Gear Killer up into 4th now. Gear Killer getting a half-second penalty though for going over the curb there. As we see in the background, we see Sprinkler just defending a little bit there against Richie into the Lesmo corners. First Lesmo done for Sprinkler there. And second Lesmo successfully ticked off on this lap here. Richie is right behind there in the slipstream. Porsche against Porsche, medium tyre against medium tyre. Richie having a look around the outside. Tucks back in as they go through the Ascari corners. Already muted, not too far behind with that damage. He's doing really well to control the damage he's got there. And Craig there in 11th. Catching up to the back of the team, you can see the damage on the back corner of his car there. Samruta there in 12th, Fee 13th. Robbie there 14th and D-Man in 15th. Red Spectre still with that commanding gap to his teammate Ash Roy behind. You can see the gap that Ash has managed to pull out in the last few minutes since he managed to get past Southpaw and finalised and get away from them. Finalised there in 3rd. Kayla in 4th. Southpaw 5th. As you see everyone going over the curbs there. McLaren against Porsche battle. But you know McLaren's got some straight line speed, but Porsche normally does have good traction. Obviously with it being Monza, some long straights to negotiate for the drivers here. So the Porsche does struggle to get onto the straighter parts of the track. Oh, a bit sideways and twitchy there from everyone. Obviously they are on the medium, so grip level's not ideal at this point. Southpaw having a look up the inside. Southpaw managed to hang on. LB Race just behind this battle, hanging on to the back of it. So look at the fuel level. Southpaw's got more fuel, and so is Gear Kayla than LB Racing said. The two in front must be fuel saving a little bit more potentially. Another penalty there for Gear Kayla, so a second penalty for Gear Kayla. Unfortunately with the penalty, but he's already had a half-second penalty for this race and now got a full 1 second. Southpaw there just behind him, so not serving the penalty this lap. Gear Kayla will be on the next lap. Sergio just behind this, pulled out a little bit of a gap over Sprinkler in 8th. Already muted now in 9th. Richie in 10th, so Richie dropped back a couple of places there. I don't know what happened on that particular lap. Craig in 11th, not too far on the back. You can still see everyone going on the main start-finish straight there, so Craig's closed up this gap that he lost in the first corner tremendously. Samruto there in 12th. Fee currently in 13th, Robbie still 14th, and D-Man in 15th. D-Man is now getting the blue flags. So the leaders are coming around to lap D-Man as Ash just goes past. So Red's still in the lead out in front as he just does the second of the Lesmo corners, and off down towards Ascari he goes. And you can see Ash Roy in the background. Ash Roy closing maybe up a little bit on these laps. D-Man in just behind that, and then finalised there in 3rd. Gear Kayla, 1 second penalty he's got to serve on this lap when he gets down the back straight. Southpaw there in 5th, LB Racing there in 6th. Sedge 7th, Sprinkler still in 8th, already muted in 9th, Richie in 10th, Craig in 11th, Samruto 12th, Fee 13th, Robbie 14th, and D-Man just getting lapped now by 3rd place, as we see Gear Kayla in the background serving his penalty. Red Spectre still that nice commanding lead. Fuel looking good, tyre wears, tyres are burning out. He is on the soft, so the front two are on the soft, so pretty much everyone else behind apart from the Beetles are on the mediums. As they come through, so Red going through the first tricky corner, this one, first one. Ash just going through as well. Then we've got Finalized just coming through as well, followed by Gear Kayla. The OE Racing coming through, D-Man there in 15th, Southpaw just coming through, Sprinkler there in 7th coming through, Sedge there in 8th, followed by Audio Muted in 9th, Richie in 10th, Craig in 11th, Samuruto just coming down the start finish straight, Fee in the pits on the mediums, 11% fuel left there for Fee, so Fee is the first one of them to pit with Robbie just behind. So change of the tyres here. Fuel going in. Robbie is just coming into the pits, just hitting his mark just behind. So Fee's going to be out of the pits soon, coming up towards half a tank of fuel filled up. Robbie just getting refueled, does have front end damage. Is Robbie going to repair his damage in the pits, or is he going to leave it? We will have a look. But it is going to be Fee that is going to leave the pits first. So Fee just leaving the pits on the mediums. Fee is away. And Robbie just about to finish refueling. Finish the refueling. Gets the damage repaired, and that's Robbie away. Manages to get back out in front of D-Man, who was in 15th. Red just come around to complete his next lap. Still got the fastest lap, a 48.296 there for Red Spectre. Fuel starting to get a little bit low. We've got Barry on the track there on the exit of the corner. Got some more people behind in the pit. So Ashboy there in second. Gear Kayla in third, LB Racing with very little fuel coming round in fourth, Richie there in fifth, Audio Muted now sixth, Craig up into seventh, Sprinkler there in the pits in eighth, Finalized in the pits, just getting refueled up, Southpaw in the pits, and then you've got Sedge in the pits and Samuruto in the pits as well. Samuruto on the softs at the moment, so we'll be going on to the medium tyre. Managed to get the car to half race distance. As we see Southpaw just leaving the pits, so the first one of these are out of the pits. Sprinkler just leaving the pits as well. So Sedge just left the pits as well, just in front. So close between these two as they come out the pits. Samuruto just about to leave the pits, should be leaving on the medium tyre. Samuruto leaving the pits but is on the soft tyre, so it looks like he's going to be doing a 2-stop for Samuruto. Fee just behind there in 13th. Robbie in 14th getting the blue flags. And Red Spectre, the race leader, is into the pits, followed by Ashwoy in second. Probably will see Gear Kayla coming because he's very low on fuel at the moment. So Gear Kayla coming into the pits, and then LB Racing just coming around the, let's call it, very little fuel, hardly any fuel. Looks like he's just going to coast into the pits. So Richie just coming into the pits as well. Yeah, LB Racing came into the pits from zero fuel. Richie coming into the pits, Audio Muted in the pits, and Craig into the pits. So Finalized is the one to watch. Got everyone in the pits at the moment. McLaren just coming down the back straight. How many places is he going to get past? He's done the outlap on the soft, so it would have caught up a little bit of ground to the cars in front that were on the mediums. Red and Ash have come out of the pits, so Finalized going to move up a few places here, we would imagine. Finalized up into fourth. So Finalized now up into fourth. We've got Southpaw there in fifth, Richie in sixth, LB Racing there in seventh. A little bit of a drag race between him, and Sedge coming down to the corner slots in behind Sedge and just in front of the teammate Sprinkler. So here we go, a little battle going on here for between 7th and 8th. As it looks like everyone has now completed their pit stops. Just Samaruto has gone soft to soft, so potentially another pit stop for Samaruto. Looking behind there, a little bit of a tap, was that maybe into the corner there? Up the inside, and Scary has a look. Sedge's door on him, so he's tucked back in behind. Into the slipstream. Using up a rate of fuel here behind to try and get past and try and get this move done for himself in space. As onto the back straight goes. Sprinkler just behind in 9th. 40 meted in 10th. Craig in 11th. Sam Ruto in 12th. Fee in 13th. Robbie 14th. And D-Man in 15th. Red Spectre in the lead. Ash just behind, not too far behind Red now. These two on mediums. Gear Kayla on mediums in 3rd. Finalised in 4th on mediums. Southport in 5th on softs. Sorry, finalised on softs as well. Richie on softs. Pleasure is on softs. Looks like everyone behind is on softs. Look, paint missing in the back corner there of the Nissan. Goes deep into the corner. There's got Elbow Racing all over the back. We will watch this as they come around the corner. Tucks up onto the inside for this corner, but it's going to be outside for the next braking zone. And brakes, goes around the outside and manages to get in front of the Nissan, so that's in Porsche overtaking the Nissan for 7th place. Sprinkler just behind now as well, so Sprinkler there in 9th. Just went on the softs as well. So a lot of people running the softs, so a lot of people have gone the reverse in this race. They've gone mediums over onto the soft tyre. Craig just behind us obviously did have to clear his damage, so he's now pumping in the laps to hunt everyone down. Samaruto just coming around a little bit glitchy there for Samaruto. Fee there in the Porsche in 13th. Robbie in 14th, catching up to the back of Fee. And D-Man, who has a penalty and has some cars coming up behind to be lapped. But it is the CC Sim Racing Team 1 in a 1-2 again. It's the 3rd race in a row that they've 1-2'd it. Coming down the start-finish straight to start lap 12. 9 minutes left in this race. So it's a 1-2 at the moment for CCSR. Gear Kayla there with finalised. A little bit of a nudge there, but finalised does go around the outside. So finalised up into 3rd. So the McLaren going strong there against the Porsche. It's on mediums. And then Southport just behind in the other McLaren, but Gear Kayla fighting this one back against finalised. But finalised has got this done. The soft tyre obviously giving him that extra grip to pull away from Gear Kayla. At the moment it's 2 Porsches followed by a McLaren, followed by a Porsche, followed by a McLaren, followed by 2 McLarens. So followed by 2 Porsches. So Gear Kayla there in 14th. 4th. Southport there in 5th. Bridge there in 6th. Got LB Racing just hunting him down now. Sprinkler up into 8th. So Sedge got a half-second penalty, so Sprinkler taking 8th place. Going well in the Porsche in this race, making up some places. That is Sedge in 9th. Audio muted in 10th. Craig there in 11th. not too far off the back of his teammate. Bear in mind, he obviously he probably lost a good 20 seconds at the lead, I'd say. Sam Ruto coming around in the Beetle. Fee there, still holding off Robbie just behind, and D-Man there in 15th. D-Man coming into the pits. Red still in first, bouncing over the curbs there for Red. Ash there in second. Another barrier out on the track there. Finalising third, pulled out a bit of a gap over Gear Kayla, who's in fourth, with Southpaw catching up behind here. Is it going to be a McLaren 3-4? Ooh, Southpaw kicking up a little bit of gravel there on the exit of the corner. Richie still holding out in sixth. We're racing there in seventh. Sprinkler just behind in the other LB racing car in 8th. Session still in 9th, Audi Muted still there in 10th, Craig not too far behind in 11th. Sam Ruto there in 12th. Robbie has got Fee there, so Robbie has gone past Fee. So Robbie up into 13th, Fee into 14th. And D-Man there in 15th. Red Spectre coming round to complete another lap. Currently doing 49s at the moment on the medium tyres. Ash's last lap was a 51. Finalised is currently in the 49s on the softs. Gear Kayla is in the 50s on the medium. Southpaw the 48.7 on the softs. Richie's done a 49 dead. Marissa's a 48.6 on the last lap, so at the moment it does look like Southport and LB Racing are the ones with the pace currently at the moment, so catching up to the back of 6th place here. Sprinkler 49th, the Sedge just goes up the outside. Sprinkler retakes the place. The Sedge didn't have a great line to go through those corners there. 48.4 there for Sedge. Heath flying at the moment on those soft tyres. Already meted in the 48s as well, another 48 driver. Craig the very low 49. Sam Ruto's last lap was a 53. Robbie's last lap was a 50.7. Fee's last final lap was a 56. And D-Man's last lap was 2 minutes 10. Red coming around to complete another lap. We've got 4 minutes left in this race. Looks like at the moment it's going to be another 1-2 for the CC Sim guys out in front. So Red there currently in the lead, coming round the Parabolica. Using that little bit of curb on the exit, which so you want to drift out wide, get the power down, especially in the Porsche, try and get the straight line speed. Another 49.3 there for Red on his last lap. Ash coming round now, does a 49.1, so again, a little on his teammate. Finalised coming round in third. Gear Kayla in fourth. Southport catching up to the back. Richie there in sixth. We're racing there in seventh. Sprinkler there in 8th, personal best lap for Sprinkler, 49 dead for him, so he's bang on the pace with the front runners as well. Essentially last lap was a 51. Already muted there in 10th, Craig. Great tyre wear for Craig there. Nissan does look like, and great consistency in his lap times as well. Samuruto there in 12th, just come around to do another lap. Robbie still there in 13th, Theme 14th, and D-Man in 15th. Red's coming down towards Ascari. So we've got 2.5 minutes left in this race. Obviously, depending on when they cross the line, they may get an extra lap again. So we'll need to keep an eye on that. Obviously, I think the drivers will have had to have taken into account fuel levels. Obviously, depending on when you cross the line, you may have to do an extra lap. So you don't want to think you're about to cross the line for your last lap and then decide, oh, actually I've got half a lap of fuel left and I need to do another lap, because that will be a very slow lap. Fuel saving is not kind on a track with long straights like this. Ash coming round, lap 16 onto now for Ash and Red Spectre, who is currently in the lead still. Beautiful shot as Red comes through the first corner, as we'll watch Ash come through as well. Finalise coming through the corner as well. Southpaw there in 4th, Gear Kayla in 5th, so Southpaw has got Gear Kayla. Richard there in 6th, still holding out LB Racing behind in 7th. Sprinkler there in 8th, with the final stage getting a little bit sideways on the exit of the first corner and very low on fuel. Present heat, and Sprinkler's fuel tank has just started flashing red as well. Audio muted, loads of fuel left for audio muted, and for Craig as well. Samaruto's got loads of fuel left but hasn't used a medium tyre yet, so I don't think he's going to have a chance to be able to pit now. So that will be a minute penalty if he doesn't pit and get the mediums on. Robbie there in 13th, E there in 14th, and D-Man just getting a blue flag and moving out the way of Ash Boy. Red Spectre coming round, so Red is going to get another lap in here, because the timer isn't going to stop for 6 more seconds. So Red Spectre getting another lap in. As the timer goes on to 30 minutes, is Ash going to get another lap in? Ash finishes there in 2nd. So finalised crossing the line in 3rd. Southpaw is going to take 4th here. Gear Kayla in 5th. Richie's going to hold out LB Racing, looks like, across the line. So Richie there in 6th, LB Racing 7th. Almost sets the fastest lap on the last lap, only 2 thousandths off of nicking the fast lap there. Sprinkler crossing the line in 8th, audio muted in 9th. Robbie in 10th. Craig in 11th. Samaruto's just coming round there. Samaruto is going to get overtaken by Robbie on the last lap. So Samaruto tucking back into the slipstream. I think he's going to get a minute penalty here because he hasn't used the tyres, and obviously the timer has finished. It is going to be Robbie taking 12th here for Ghost Rider. So Robbie in 12th, Samaruto in 13th. B will take out 14th because D-Man has finished. We will go on board with Red Spectre on his victory lap. Finishing off that extra lap here for Red Spectre, who takes his 3rd win in a row and the fastest lap here as well. And it is a 3rd 1-2 finish for the CC7 team, as Red Spectre rounds the Parabolica and makes it 3 in a row for Red. Fantastic results there for everyone there. So let's have a look at the drivers table to begin with. So probably, as you can imagine, with 3 wins out of 3, it's Red Spectre in the lead there. So you've got Red Spectre on 73 points, followed by Ash Boy in 2nd on 67. Richie there in 3rd on 54 points. Then it's Southpaw in 4th on 44, and his teammate finalised on 44 as well. Then comes the LB Racing team, so LB Racing on 38, followed by Sprinkler on 35. Craig and Audio Muted, the 2 teammates, both on 34 behind that, and then followed up in 10th is Gear Kayla, who's jumped up a few places there by getting a high finish at Monza, so up into, with 39 points, up into 10th. Then Sedler is got 25 points, Robbie on 24, Samaruto 13 points, Fee there in 14 place currently has 12 points, so only a point behind Samaruto. D-Man in 15th with 7 points, and then Isa there with 5 points. And we'll have a look at the constructors table here. So you've got, as you can imagine, CC Sim Racing Team 1 there with 143 points, command and lead in the championship. Roadrunners jumping up into second there in McLaren for a strong Monza performance on 88. LB Racing Team 1 there on 73. CC Sim Racing Team 2 on 66. And then it's Blue Tuners there on 65, so only 1 point behind the CC Sim team. Ghost Rider there on 49, ISA Esports on 34, and LB Racing Team 2 there on 19. A couple of things, obviously, just to announce. We have had a bit of a driver change. D-Man has left the championship. So it will be Richard Pugh taking his place from next round. All the teams have agreed that they can change their car. Obviously, Samaruto wasn't like in the Beetle, and Richard Pugh did not particularly want to drive it, so they will be in the BMW M6 from next week. So Richard joining the team, so congratulations to him, and we'll obviously see him at the next round, which will be obviously competing on Tuesday, but will come out for you guys to view on Thursday. Next round is at the Nürburgring GP. So we will be back next week for that one. Don't forget, guys, whilst you're here as well, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications, get involved. If you are interested in racing with us, drop a comment below, and we can always get you the link over to the Discord so that you can have a look at what's going on and get involved in some of the action. Obviously, if we do get enough teams involved, we potentially will open this up to a second tier. That finishes off all the action here tonight. Obviously, check out the videos below. I'm going to load up a couple of now, so a link to last week's one if you haven't seen it yet, and also have a look and check out the playlist as well to the Aston Martin Championship that we ran last time by LB Racing. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next week.